Hi, Rich Tarani with TMC. Thanks for watching. We're in our Norwalk, Connecticut headquarters today in our studio. Ed Weinberg is joining us on the set. Ed, how are you?
I'm good, Rich.
So you've got an exciting thing that you're doing that I'm glad you're here to talk to us about. Could you tell us the name of the company?
Sure. Dex Property Solutions Incorporated.
Fantastic. And what do you guys do?
We're residential redevelopers. We buy real estate at usually real estate that can't be bought with a conventional mortgage because there's some defect in the real estate. We fix it up in such a way that it can get conventional financing. We bring it up to the level that one would expect in this century, and then we either rent out the property or we sell the property.
Very cool. So it sounds like if I have a home that fits that description that I'm looking to sell and I haven't been successful, that going to a company like yours would be one of my options?
Well, what makes us a good option is that because we're investors, we don't have to worry. We don't deal as much with banks. So we have cash to purchase houses today. So if you're in some sort of a situation where either you can't sell your house because there's something wrong with it, and it could even be something as small as, say, your furnace doesn't work, because a bank isn't going to give you a mortgage if you don't have a furnace. We've looked at houses that have wells that have run dry, that are missing septic systems. Often we're buying from banks. When we're buying from a bank, we might purchase a property that has no plumbing in it, or that the plumbing that was in it had frozen up over the winter, and so all the plumbing needs to be replaced.
Or the copper pipes were stolen?
All the copper pipes were either stolen or they burst because they froze.
Understood. Other things could be as well, I guess you could have an oil tank in the ground that hasn't been replaced.
Sure.
Above ground. I know that
Right.
can be an issue for...
It can, and they can be very expensive to fix.
Lead paint is probably another.
Lead paint.
Asbestos, things like that.
We have other environmental issues. Basically, if it's a piece of property and it's got a defect that we know we can fix, because you can't fix all defects.
Sure.
If your house is built over a sinkhole, I'm not sure that we're ready to purchase that yet.
So where geographically, what are your limitations?
It's a very good question. We're a member of a network of thousands of investors across the country, and because of that, if you happen to be in an area that we're not interested in, we are primarily in Connecticut, but if you're in an area that we're not interested in, we can often find somebody who is interested in it. We also kind of look at ourselves as consultants. If there's some reason where you've got an issue and we can tell you how to solve the problem yourself, we can either recommend a real estate agent who we deal with regularly, or we can tell you what you need to do to maybe improve things. And we look at that kind of like giving back, and we don't actually get anything out of it, but maybe someday when you're ready to sell the house, or maybe you'll know somebody else, or that person will know somebody else who has a problem, maybe they'll send them to us.
That's very, very interesting. And so you're primarily here in the Connecticut area, and so if someone's watching, if they're in Connecticut, that's great. If not, they can still work with you, and that you can potentially find someone to help them out. And so the criteria is if there's some issue or challenge with their home, but should they consider calling you anyway if they don't, even if the home is theoretically able to be sold?
Yes, and there are some reasons why they might want to. It's possible that for one reason or another, either financially or for other reasons, they need to sell their house quickly. Maybe it's during a divorce. Maybe there are feuding relatives in an inheritance or a probate situation. Because we're investors, we can make a very fast offer, and maybe they want the money quickly, maybe they need the money quickly, and we can help them out that way.
That's great. What are the other things we should know, if anything? Have we left anything out?
Well, that's after we fix the houses, we are often looking for somebody to sell the houses to. We have some programs that we can sometimes use for people who can't get conventional financing, or who don't have a lot of money to put down.
Very cool.
And because we're giving them a house where basically, in a lot of cases, everything has been updated. They don't have to worry about a roof. They don't have to worry about a furnace failing. They don't have to worry about air conditioning failing if it's got air conditioning.
That's fantastic. Well, thanks so much for being on the program.
Okay.